All right, so
8.
number 8.
Yeah, well, we just did number 7, so now number 8,
All right.
which is the same thing, just square rooted.
Use the limit definition, apply the slope of the tangent line to the graph of f at a given point. All right. What is the limit definition of the derivative? Let's start there.
Is it x plus triangle x plus f of x? Or yeah, or minus
The limit definition
all over f of x.
of f of x is the limit as delta x goes to 0 of f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x. This is the limit definition of the derivative, right? And the derivative is equal to the slope of a tangent line, or whatever x value you put through the derivative, right? What we want is to find the limit as delta x goes to 0 of the square root of x plus 3, my mistake, of x plus delta x plus 3 minus the square root of x plus 3 all over delta x, right? Once we reduce this as far as we can take it, right? So what we're going to end up with is going to be 1/2 x plus 3 to the negative 1/2 power. Once we get to this point, then we're going to plug in 1. So we should get 4 here. Square root of 4 is going to be 2. So 1/2 times 1/2 is going to be 1/4. That should be the answer to this problem. Does that make sense what I mean? Folks at home, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, my number's different, but I also couldn't get the right answer, and I feel like I did that, so I don't know what I did wrong.
So we're gonna have
Like-
all the way through this, right?
Yeah.
So how are we gonna do that? What are we gonna do up here to make this problem solvable? What are some of the things we can be doing here? Well, we can multiply by 1, right? But how are we going to choose our 1? Well, we know that a plus b, the quantity, times a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared, right? And we've got some radicals up here that we want to get rid of. Well, I don't know about y'all, but if I recall algebra, squaring these will get rid of these radicals, right? So if we call this A, and we call this B, that's like A minus B. It gives us this part, right? So why don't we multiply that numerator by A plus B? Since we already have A minus B, multiply this thing by the square root of x plus delta x plus 3, that quantity plus the square root of x plus 3. Well, we can't just multiply by that because that changes everything. We've got to multiply by 1. So let's divide by that as well. X plus delta x, that quantity plus 3, take the square root of everything, plus the square root of x plus 3. All right, what this gives us now is the limit as delta x goes to 0 of the quantity x plus delta x plus 3 minus the quantity x plus 3 divided by delta x times square root of x plus delta x plus 3 plus x plus 3. Does that help us? What do y'all think? Does that help us at all? Or do we need to do something else maybe?
Would you?
I'm gonna let y'all stew on how to finish this entire problem up for a little bit. Partially just because we're going to jump into lecture now. But the other part is, this is a good exercise for how to actually solve these limit definitions of the derivative, right? So I'm gonna let y'all stew on this for a little bit. So I think this is a good exercise just to see, just to beat some of the rust off of our algebra.